Right, we're back with once again Wreckage talking down to me. No surprise. Let's get to this thing. You know?
Oh, yep. The
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, the
It's the
roll.
show.
I suppose the audience probably wants to see the roll, so
I mean,
let's make it happen.
You can take our word for it.
So you are not able
Everybody
to get away.
died.
She pulls you back towards her, so she uses her action to take a single step to move within striking range of you, and then asks you a question with some daggers. She's committing 10 dice to this. What do you want to do?
I've got 8 dice, so I'm gonna use them. I
Okay.
don't think anybody else is gonna try to kill me in the meantime.
I mean,
bah,
I
waha,
might be
my moment to strike.
I
Even
mean,
though I
yeah,
declared
might
my
be
action
wrong.
already.
you can redeclare an action and have the amount of dice you are rolling.
Oh, shit balls.
So I
Waha.
It's not an action many people would take, but it is possible to do. So let's roll. That looks like a pair of fives.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that looks like
Oh
a
my.
bunch of fives.
You got this.
And I have to
Come on.
match that with a pair of fives of your
You
own.
got this. Yes. Oh.
no.
Oh my.
Error.
Oh my.
Weird ones.
I have
I don't
bad
even
news
look
for
at
you.
the. I don't even look at the results. I just listen intently to the sounds that you guys make as it happens.
So the question is, how badly do you die? I suppose.
Well,
I
you
mean,
succeed, so
she
you
deals
roll.
1 damage.
Foolish Wreckage.
I mean,
Foolish.
that
That's
is
how it works for us.
Yeah.
So surely that's how it works for her.
Well, she deals one,
doesn't have
and
a-
she has daggers,
she has
so
a
that
weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Okay. Fair.
Okay,
so-
weapons and armor.
Odelise is not wearing armor, so don't worry about that.
Obsidian dagger +1.
Her specific weapon gives her a +3.
Holy.
And what's going to happen is as the swing is coming down, we get the anime trope of like the slow motion chop where it's like shh, and then it stops, and we see an after image of the axe and it keeps coming down. And as it's
She doesn't have an
happening,
axe, she has a dagger.
right, dagger.
Dagger.
As it's coming down, 2 daggers. As it's coming down, the ground around her shatters, and she drives the dagger into you with the force of. So she's 600 pounds, so 5 times her weight is 3,000 pounds. She hits you like a truck with the force of a knife edge.
I literally do not have a gold metal mind. I'm fucked.
Yeah, so with her weight
Uh,
increase, you're going to take 10 points of damage.
Yep.
And rather than kill you, she's gonna knock you. I mean, you're unconscious. You're definitely dying.
Yeah.
You,
I'm just double checking to make sure there's no Frolkomreki that I can tap as a reaction to get my shit out of this.
you don't have that many reactions. That's more of a Mistborn thing.
I'm just checking. Checking.
No, go ahead. I would hate to be wrong. Yes, a 3,000 pound hit would normally kill somebody, but Odelise is burning pewter, so maybe she won't die as bad.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what kind of horrible burden am I leaving you with?
Holy fuck, trains really hurt when you get hit by them?
Oh,
Paralyzed.
man. I don't know. Internal ruptured or bleeding is pretty good. What are the burden? Oh, no, it's got to be a mortal one, right? Because you've been defeated. Let me double check. Conflict, reduced to 0. Mortal
Little word
burdens
Francine's gonna get play of the game.
are profound. Francine gets play of the game.
I mean, technically, plays of the game can be for either team. So
Yeah. You can get plays of the game while you're dead.
It's true.
That's true, yeah.
Character is
Especially if
defeated,
you're
you
True
grave
Born.
or mortal burden 0. You are left dying, not unconscious or not dead. The conscious character, no, a dying character expires after a period that makes sense after the attack, or when you suffer more damage than you have health.
That was
How
more
much
than
damage?
I have health.
The dying character may also be saved by a Wits 3 roll. So if you take any damage at all, you die.
Shit.
And I get to throw a grave or mortal burden. So I'm going to throw a mortal physical burden, which means it's going to be horrible. permanent limb damage, severed hand, permanent deafness, brain bleed.
You gonna do all of those things?
No,
No,
I
he's
just gotta
picking one.
pick
You get
Pick
all
one.
of them.
I feel like so I described it as an overhand chopping action, so it's probably going to be something to your upper torso or shoulder. So I feel like disfiguring scar or inability to grip thing with one hand are your choices here. Do you have a preference?
I mean, Valette's been rocking that disfiguring scar to her advantage, so I mean,
That's a trait, though. This is going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could get it as a
I can
trait
help
at advancement for sure.
in the future, assuming I survive.
I mean, scars are pretty cool.
So you have a pair of scars where your clavicle is shattered from 2 obsidian daggers being driven like a train.
Oh, is it a cool X scar?
It's not going to be the kind of scar where she's like, and then I rip out your heart in the process, but yeah, it's like they've been driven in like this, and probably the knives go several inches deep into your body.
And just to remember, recovering from a mortal burden takes 6 advancements to ease it to grave.
Yep.
It's reduced to serious.
I have 6 advancements, so
Bam.
Gotta wait for a long thing.
So you're gonna have that for
a long rest.
My money's on us taking a long breather.
Like, if you only focus on getting just that taken off, you will have to take 3 long breathers to recover from it.
So she does the 300 thing where she puts her boot up on top of Odalise's stomach and yanks the knives out with violence. And as she does it, the ground cracks even further under her enormous weight. Odelise is basically flattened and hits the back of her head on the ground and goes unconscious. And there's blood. It's not like Quentin Tarantino spraying everywhere, but it's definitely pooling out of the horrible shoulder. No, please stop. Please, guys, stop. It's pooling horribly out of there, and she flicks the knives and turns to look at Evelyn. So, whose turn is it next? Evelyn has 6. I'm seeing Dedric has a giant pile, so I think you're next.
Hi.
Do you have more than 8?
I have 9.
You have 9. All right, you're up next. Your committed action is to go over to Leland and
solicit the help of the bench breakers.
yes.
Bench breakers.
Best name ever. Yeah, that's not changing because holy shit, that's not changing. Like, I imagine I see that over my shoulder as I'm hop skipping and jumping down those stairs.
Yeah, I don't know that you've ever seen anything like what you just did there. That's way more than just pewter. And all of the Terris folks, anybody that we in the crowd can identify as a keeper, are all paling because they're like, oh shit, she just did that.
She did that.
But yeah.
The secret technique that only my family knows because of my bloodline.
I mean, what you just said is technically true.
Yeah.
If this was an anime, which I guess it is, I guess they are talking about.
I mean,
My secret power, the Sharingan.
oh god.
They just used Mangekyo Ferrokemi.
God damn it. It's a draw 2 card. It makes your opponent draw 2 cards, putting them at a disadvantage.
The Wilds draw 4!
The skip card.
Lose a turn. I think
Please
you're
end
muted,
it.
Kelsa. I know you're saying something, but you're totally muted.
Oh, right. I forgot I muted myself because I was eating something loud. I just rolled 2d6 just to see if I had committed 10 dice to defense if I would have not been fucked. I would have still been fucked.
Yeah, you would have.
Oh god.
Don't regret it.
No regret, no regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Eat the spaghetti to forget your regretting.
So let's talk about you, Dedric. You're rolling against her, and you are rolling to convince her to do something. So I need keeper She's just like on full defense the whole time, so any dice that she have are committed to that. Man,
She's gonna resist helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's all about nonviolence. She can take down this Inquisitor with words.
Okay. Well, she can help with words. I just want her to help.
This is what we have you for, right? This is why you're walking at the front of the column and not the back.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's her excuse.
Okay.
I hope she
so-
sleeps well at night when Terris isn't free because she didn't help.
Well, yeah, maybe that. What is it you're saying to her? Is it literally like, this is? Will you sleep well at night when Terris isn't free if you allow this to happen?
That line might happen. For now, it's a purely logical, like, hey, we need your help, and then I'm sure she's like, no, like, okay, so
You got this. It's fine.
yeah, because so Dedric is just gonna hop down and be like, hey, let's send him in, let's get in there, look at that, we need help. So what's her immediate like rebuttal?
Is immediately like, no, we can handle this on our own. Once you completed whatever issues your friends have with the Inquisition, we will negotiate with the Inquisitor.
She literally just said that she was gonna kill 2 of us and then the rest of you. So
Did she say that out loud? I thought that was part of the stakes. That was a stakes thing.
Oh, she hasn't said that?
Yeah, that was my stakes, was her being like, yeah, she's gonna kill a bunch of people. All she's done is attack Odelise.
I mean, okay, so my response is like, how these people work. She's going to kill your people for their act of defiance. Now is the time to interact while you have 5 allies in the fray. Do whatever you want to do. Negotiate now, but waiting until we're dead just means more of your people will die.
I love chat. She's like, all she's done is kill Odelise. No big deal. Yeah, she's gonna defend with spirit, and
Okay.
she's gonna use the trait hunted by the Inquisition to bump her up one more.
Really? That doesn't help me against her?
No, because she's like, no, fuck that. We'll deal with the Inquisition on our own.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, I'm doing all of my dice on attack because there is no.
I'm kind of surprised they aren't just all running away right now.
Wow, paired 5s.
Wow.
No good
All right.
because
Fucking turn off your hacks.
So you're gonna get a
yeah,
complication.
pair of 5s every single time so far tonight. Actually, just for the record, hasn't done.
I'm rolling a big pile of dice, but
He's rolling a bigger pile of dice.
I'm rolling 2 bigger, and I can't re-roll because I'm not a Luckomancer.
Loses a prop. Wow, loses a prop would be powerful, except you don't have any props because you're poor.
He's got some vials.
I don't know that I just want to go around shattering his vials. That's kind of weird.
Also, it's why, like narratively, why does that happen?
Oh man,
He punches you in the chest, and you feel the shatter of your vials.
I love the idea that you somehow culturally offended them, and everybody's just like, no, this is your own fight, Dedric Martel. You must handle it by yourself.
Dedric General?
Dedric Martel's a little strong.
The people of Terris will stand by the people of Terris. We are copper. You are something else. Yeah, so that's the complication I throw in here, is that you wildly overstepped your boundaries with her.
Okay.
All right, so next up is, I'm seeing 8 dice on Valette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm next with 6.
All right. Yep. Yeah. So, if I didn't already say I was moving towards her, am I stuck where I am?
No, you can make a move. You can take a step as part of.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're going to have to because she moved away from you. Well, no. You are at.
Yeah, because I'm just talking. Like I'm like I'm doing my charm thing, so I wouldn't have to.
Yeah,
but
you don't have
Valette's
to.
going to try to move.
Yeah.
Like,
So
since
she
she,
moved
like,
one step.
she-
She moved
she,
away
like,
from you.
Field or whatever moved away from me really quickly. She's trying to get close to her again.
She is.
Yeah, so,
she is within close range to you because she
Mm-hmm.
moved from close to striking with Odelise. So she wasn't striking and now is close.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's move
Okay,
it. Like,
yeah, you move in behind.
yeah, running back towards her again. Like tears are like streaming down her face. She's like no, Odelise, no, you didn't have to do this. Francine, just stop it now. We can talk about this. Like, just kind of that's like what I said before. The whole same thing. Like, I don't want this. Please, like, this is me talking to you. We don't have to fight. And she's trying to make her not fight. So
Okay.
let's. So since she already does she get to choose, like, still do like defense and everything?
Yeah, she's not going to commit any defense dice to this. You're rolling on your own.
Okay, cool. So yep, 8.
None of you presented a physical threat to her. It's probably going to change. in the next round.
Fives and a nudge.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that. What do you want to do with that nudge?
Let's do another damage to her willpower.
So you're going to deal 2 damage in total. I was looking for verbal confirmation for that.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. She's taken 3 willpower damage. So you get to pick what kind of burden you want to throw on her.
Oh yeah.
Of a serious variety.
Okay.
So it's mental conflict. So it's on like page 224-ish.
224. Okay. I have an idea. Let's see if there's like a good like word there.
You should make it something that's easy for other people to
Yeah,
call
make it
on.
easy. Well, I mean, only one person can call on it for an extra die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her
No,
flashback.
you can keep calling on it. She only gets the advancement once.
I'm gonna give her flashbacks. She with me like shouting all this and like saying like it's me. I'm saying stuff like remember back like back in Urtau and like she's remembering like back before all of this happened, like even before like the whole us trying to gain power thing happened when we were just really close friends and everything. Like she's flashing back to that before all of this happened.
Yeah. So
Now we're flashbacks buddies. It's
I
great.
mean, is that a
It's
thing?
so
Nothing bad will come of it.
It's so great.
I mean, it's hard to keep wreckage in frame here, but I guess if the audience demands it. we
Wait,
shall
what?
do
Am I
it.
doing something wrong?
No, I'm getting it.
I can
We need
move
to-
myself.
No, don't move.
You
I
don't
got it.
move because he's moving your camera.
It's already happening. Don't worry.
But okay.
All right. As long as you don't move your head at all, we're
I
fine.
can't not do that.
I mean, move it within acceptable parameters.
You haven't outlaid those parameters. I'm blind here. I've turned off my targeting computer. There's something wrong.
No, that,
Stream, you can have some kind of an idea of how badly you keep moving in and out of frame.
It's my camera, which is shitty. Super
Don't-
zoomed in on me.
don't
so
worry.
any
We'll
movement-
work on it. Yeah. So she's got a new burden. People can call upon it for dice. She can get an advancement out of it, which would be nice because I spent a shit ton of advancements on all those hemalurgic spikes. Yeah. So who's up next? We've got Vyse and Evelyn acting on the same time.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or do you want to allow her to go?
I'm gonna go first
Okay. What is your plan here? Right?
because
You're
I'm
gonna talk to her?
hoping that when we see that shit's going down, Evelyn will change her action of charging to something else.
Not if you and I mean literally. she
Not
just-
if AP just wants to kill NPCs for no concernable reason.
I mean, I think
because
now's
he
the
makes
time.
unfair boss fights.
Appears dead.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's time.
Evelyn's probably going to keep attacking,
We're gonna drop that fan art in chat right now.
which is fantastic, Arrow.
It's not
Which
like
means
it's gonna
it'll
happen or
happen.
anything.
Seriously,
It's
dude,
gonna
that is
happen.
fantastic. Oh my gosh.
We want it to happen.
It is amazing.
So yeah, Vyse, are you moving at all during this speech?
What speech?
I mean, you're about to give a speech, right?
To don't. I was going to talk to her, but there's no speech.
Right. Okay. Potato, tomato.
But yes, I'm moving towards her.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Then she doesn't have to
Like-
do anything weird.
Yeah, well, because Valette's already moved towards her, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's fine. You're right where she wants you to be, right beside her.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so, God, how do I do this? I'm doing wits, right? Yeah, right. Wits with 6 dice.
Just talk to her.
Just
So yeah, I guess I go in and I'm just like,
You see her sitting there across.
I'm
the
wondering if
way.
I could call on the burden for an extra die.
No, you have to do that during.
Yeah,
dice
not yet.
Assembly.
Wait, no, isn't that when you roll?
No,
It's calling
it's
them?
when you assemble dice.
What?
Wow, sitting in a blue lagoon.
Alright, so I guess I just go in for the, yeah, I guess I just read off the same spiel. It was just like, you don't have to do this, you know? Like, we have a history together. Like, we can talk this out.
The three of us have a history together.
Yeah.
All right, don't make weird noises after that. That's weird.
I will always bring that up, and I will always make weird noises.
I guess
You're
I'll swing
weird,
my
please
dice
don't.
pool at it then. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
that makes
let's
sense.
roll some dice. Let's do.
Alright, boy, I'm about to do it. If I get it good. Oh, that's a pair of fives!
Oh,
Yeah.
that's more than a pair of fives for sure.
Quad
Yeah,
fives.
one willpower damage.
Nice.
Time would be better. Okay, 5 to 4.
Wait, how
is-
come when I win a conflict, they take 1 damage, but when they win a conflict, they do 18 damage, or like...
Because it's physical conflict.
They
and
were doing
have
physical,
weapons.
and she used a bunch of special moves.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't. There's no mental weapons, unfortunately.
I mean, there are mental weapons. They're called secrets.
oh yeah.
Where do you get secrets? No one told
Um,
me about these.
You gotta line them up, bro.
You haven't
Yeah,
been
we don't have any.
using
We
those
don't have any
You
secrets.
guys have.
on
don't
I mean, you
have
guys
any-
have some secrets. You just haven't used them, and I don't know that many would. Be
I only have one.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't.
I mean, Valette
The only,
and
thing
Vyse.
the only thing I have that applies now would be that she is Bloodhound, and that's not really a secret that would hurt her because she knows she's
it
Bloodhound.
wouldn't. But a secret that might hurt them is the knowledge of the 3-way liaison that you guys had, right? That's a secret, and if you blurted it out, that could deal some serious emotional damage to her. Like,
Oh, really?
because I
Maybe
mean,
you
that's
should
not common
say
knowledge.
that.
Odelise doesn't know about it. Dedric doesn't know about it. None of these.
Yeah,
effing
Odalys
people
definitely
do.
does not know. Well, Odalys
And
is
it's-
I guess,
bleeding out right now.
I didn't. Yeah, okay.
I didn't
think
know
would be a
that. Can
secret
I
that
like
could do
take a
damage.
step back and say that I like worked that in some way?
Yes, you can, but you're gonna have to shout it so everybody can hear.
Would Vyse bring that up though? Would
yeah,
Vyse be like,
'cause,
"Hey, we
like,
the three of us that did stuff
well,
together"?
desperate times call for desperate measures.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but let's all in
Like,
for
'cause-
it.
so basically, it's just like Vyse and Valette like grabbing, like each of them grabbing onto one like shoulder of this Inquisitor, trying to like be like stop, and Vyse just looks and is just like,
In the name of love?
yeah,
Anything.
yeah. So I guess while Vyse is speaking, he was like says something like he's like actually screaming, and he's like, you remember the 3 of us, like the bond we shared. Like, you don't have to do this.
Remember
Gotta be-
when we touched?
It
It's gotta
needs to be more than that.
Vyse. It's
Yeah.
gotta
It
be
needs to
more.
be more than that.
Gotta be more.
All right, so I guess it
Remember
says you
when-
remember. It's
Uh,
me
But
and
Francine,
Valette.
remember, it's okay if it's in a
Yeah.
three-way.
It's like you remember when me and Valette, before we left, went to your father's keep or uncle's keep. I guess it was, right. It was her uncle.
Yeah, Uncle's Keep.
Yeah.
and
We,
But what happened?
and
But what happened?
I mean, it's
You
gotta be emotionally
touched-
damaging, man.
genitals together.
Right. I was just like, yeah,
Contact.
we touched each other. We bonded with each other in private in the way only people who are extremely close can.
There we go. There we go.
And there were juices.
Was there a mention? Was there a mention of Valette in there? That's the important part.
Yeah, I said
Yeah, he's
remember the
excellent.
3 of
Okay.
us.
So that's gonna deal another 2 points of damage, which is gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
enough to deal her a grave burden.
Hell
Grave
yeah.
burden, huh?
Yep.
What do grave burdens fall under?
grave mental burden, violent mood swings, common phobia, delusions or dementia, compulsions, night terrors, nausea, temporary amnesia, or mania.
And those are just examples, right? Like that you can
Yeah.
still.
As long as
Yeah.
you have something in that general area
Yeah,
of
yeah.
madness. So it can't be as bad as paranoia, obsession, and blackouts. And it needs to be worse than depression.
Rattle that list off for me again.
Mania, temporary amnesia, nausea, night terrors, compulsion, delusions, common phobia, or violent mood swings.
I think delusions, right?
Okay.
Sounds like
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to say that she's somewhat delusional in that she.
Maybe it'd be appropriate for her to be like, yes, Vyse and Valette do love me, and I can take them away from here and there.
Yeah, I would say that
That sounds like
when I describe the scene, she becomes delusional and she believes that she is there right now in the past. If that's a thing I can do.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, then everybody
Like
else is there too.
The lines like blur for her.
So she's having
what's
like
real
weird
and what's
visions.
yeah.
Delusion.
Like the
I mean, it's not
lines
like
of reality start bending for her. She's like, did that really happen?
Her
It was
soul's
been so
cracking
long.
anyway,
It's such a
fine.
different person now.
Yep.
So yeah, delusional due to memories of the past.
Now it's down to Evelyn with her spear, and she is wearing
Pointy tip.
steel mail. What was that, Dedric?
I just said pointy tip for it was just I was talking about the steel.
Yeah, she's gonna,
Spear.
and by she I mean Francine is gonna try to push her back using.
Spear is a
steel.
+2 weapon if it hits, though.
Yes. So the thing is, because she is metal and she's moving, Francine is gonna try to push her back and keep her in place.
Mm.
So she makes a steel roll. I mean, if somehow she manages to get 3 nudges on this, which she does not, but she succeeds. So, yeah, you see Francine start running forward with the spear, and then she just goes flying backward, and it's like, ah! And it's actually really super fast, because Francine currently weighs 3,000 pounds, so...
Oh
the
fuck.
force of the throwback on like a 115-pound woman is going to be
Shit.
incredible. Yeah, so Francine
Wait,
goes
she
flying
let
back.
go of the spear at that point?
It's not the spear, it's her armor. She's wearing steel mail.
Oh fuck.
So she goes flying into the crowd, and I guess a couple Terris people get bowled over and try to catch her, and maybe like one iron burner or
Bench
iron
breakers.
yeah, bench breaker. One of the iron ferrochemists increases his weight to stop her, but yeah.
So wait, that was the Inquisitor?
Yep, Inquisitor used steel to push her away
Yep.
as a reaction, so Francine goes nowhere and takes no turn.
Oh, I see. So Evelyn got knocked back into the crowd.
Yep.
But Evelyn's not dead, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. She's
It's
All
better
right.
than the thing that
Like-
did happen in the picture.
So after an hour, 1 round of combat is now done.
yeah, right.
Yeah, seriously, holy shit.
We spent a lot of time setting up the combat, though. There was a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We never had a
We don't do physical like
4 people
like-
conflict, 5 people,
we don't
6
do
people.
combat in
There's
general.
a lot of people in this conflict.
let alone
right now.
multi-person combat.
So let's really quickly build the next one and not talk about how long it
I
took.
mean, yeah, let's start with Vyse, Valette, and Evelyn. I mean, Evelyn's plan is to get back up and spend the whole turn running
Yep.
towards the Inquisitor.
Yeah, my plan's still just to keep like hammering at her emotions, and I think now that we found a path that's working, so I think Valette's just gonna keep keep. It'll be the same kind of role, but basically now she's just hammering on her emotions. Like, no, remember this. Like, we said some stuff.
Okay.
We used some certain. We use certain herbal medicines together.
Are you calling upon the serious burden of the flashbacks then?
I am.
Okay. Give yourself an extra die there.
All right.
And let me mark down that she gets an advancement. Assuming that, she walks away from this alive, it'll be nice. It's good to have an advancement in your back pocket. Yeah. So you're assembling the same pool as last time, +1?
Yep.
All right, Vyse, let's talk about you.
I think I'm going to do the same, but for the other burden.
You're gonna call upon
Call
delusion.
on delusions of the past.
Okay. 2 advancements.
See, burdens are an advancement farm.
Gotta whittle down that score.
They also require that you fail at things, though.
Mhm.
That's not for me.
Jesus.
I mean, you also get advancement for succeeding in missions, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I get my
We
advancements.
never do that, so, you know.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't have any burdens, so that's not where I'm getting mine.
Evelyn is just running all turn. Dedric, let's talk about you.
I'm gonna keep trying to convince what's her face.
And yeah, it'd be like, you know, if Evelyn's smart, she's dropped the spear, right?
I mean, she's
It's not
not.
the-
even
it's not the
stopping
spear,
to
it's
take
the
off
armor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
she can't take off her armor.
But I thought she had leather armor.
No. You have leather armor. She has steel armor. If you look at her character sheet over here below me and Dedric.
Oh, yeah, equipment.
So what's the plan? Dedric?
Who? I said I'm still trying to convince the lady.
Okay. Same dice pool then. You're not going to change any actions?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have any other. I can't. There's nothing else I can call on with her. She doesn't have burdens or complications, and I don't think Infiltrator, which is my only remaining trait, can apply here.
I guess the plan...
Unless you say I'm infiltrating the hearts and minds of the Terris people.
I mean,
I don't
if you
think that's
wanted
how
a
it works.
suggestion, you could probably help our dying party member. With your
I
action.
can't really.
Got to make a wits 3 roll, and you definitely don't want to fail that.
Yeah, or you could, at the very least, just get her out of there.
So,
Take more damage.
I mean, all I saw was some sort of Dragon Ball Z shit happen behind me. I don't even really know that Odelise is bleeding out. Like, I'm down in the crowd, which is below the building. I mean, I know that shit's going down with an Inquisitor, which is what I know. I'm not cognizant as a character that there is a person that needs to be Private Ryan'd out. So I will just continue to convince the Terris people, or try to convince the Terris people to participate. I've got a really good line when my turn comes up, so it's worth it.
all right. I might be pulling some crazy stuff. Let me see here.
Yeah, what other secret plus 13 stuff do you have hidden?
Secure plus.
So,
So
yeah.
I've got a force field now. Is a giant force field. You can't get through it.
She is going...
That's a little unfair, SciFri.
She's gonna burn brass and zinc to give herself a boost die, and she's going to hit... I gotta figure out which one I want to do. Probably start with Vyse, because you hit her harder. She's gonna flare both. I mean, yeah, she's gonna flare both. And try to just riot the shit out of you into loving her. 'Cause I wanna keep on loving you.
'Cause I would do anything for love.
Yeah, but I won't do
Yeah,
that.
but I won't do
I
that.
won't do that.
And that is definitely not a three-way, because he will do
Yeah.
that.
When I'm not singing.
That's true.
What do I resist that metal with? I forgot.
She has to make a roll against the difficulty unless you are.
Yeah.
So what it'll be is she has to beat a certain difficulty, unless you commit defense die, in which case she has to beat both you and the defense.
Are they still in my copper cloud?
Oh, that's a good point. How far does your copper cloud extend? That's a good
I
question.
don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I think it's only close range.
Isn't
I
it
also-
by your rating? Let me look for.
No,
I
it's-
also don't know how far away the lady I'm talking is
you
from.
you are a distance. You're
We're near the
4
door.
steps.
Does the copper cloud like prevent other people around you from being manipulated?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's only if you have the stunt that lets them do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
have the stunt that reinforces everybody,
Extend
which is
protection.
what Risha had.
Right.
10 paces in all directions. Close range.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough. 10 paces is.
I mean, we're near the door, but I'm assuming he's in
Yeah,
I mean, I
he's-
made it here in one turn, so
He's
that's
one
Yep, yep.
range band away
Yeah,
from
so,
being able
yep.
to do it. Yep. It wouldn't matter because he doesn't have the stunt anyway, so
Yeah.
he is just
so
going
that's
to
relevant.
flare.
Little sidetrack there.
What's
Doesn't
the
do a
stunt?
thing.
Extend mental protection is the stunt you want to
Do I
look
have...
I mean, I don't want it. I was just wondering if it was relevant. If I, you know,
So she's
not having it
rolling
doesn't make me want it.
6, 7 dice because she's flaring. Do you have any cool...
Oh, she's flaring it. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
she's flaring both of them. And she's going to call upon your dramatic outburst. So mark an advancement, and she'll take 8 dice.
Almost
she
at
doesn't-
the cap.
Yeah, flaring it's pretty badass.
Really-
That was my other plan, was to flare it.
She doesn't consider Evelyn a threat, and she can just keep throwing Evelyn into the crowd repeatedly until she gets done, convincing the rest of you to join her.
I mean, if Evelyn was really smart, she'd help Odelise.
And I think she's gonna pop Adium this turn, for sure.
Oh, damn.
Because she needs some help here. She's in some deep, deep shit if you guys wreck her. So... she's gonna try to avoid your arguments and just cut you off before you can say anything to her. She's like desperately trying to be at the alpha stage in charge of this. So you can declare after, resolve, burn metals.
Arthur, I have a question. Like when you use metals to manipulate people's emotions,
Mhm.
that's a full action, right?
Yes.
So I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
add emotional metals to my thing. I'd have to do it.
No,
and then
you'd have to make an emotional roll. And she's not just making an emotion roll, she's using it to swing for damage.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
I'm
flare-
curious for
flaring zinc
my
is like-
roll. I couldn't add metals. to
you
what
would have
I'm-
to specifically be making a metal roll. And if they realized you were making a metal roll on them, they would probably be super upset.
Well,
'cause
she's
that's-
making swinging for damage. Don't I get a resist roll?
You can commit your defense die to it.
Yeah.
You know
Flaring
what?
zinc is against spirit, I believe.
You know what? Fuck it. I've got a big pool. I'm gonna throw 4 dice into
Whoa,
defense.
whoa! We got to figure out who's acting first.
Yeah, it's not
You're-
until we assemble
we're
pools.
still
which we
we're
haven't
not
done
even
yet.
done assembling her dice because she gets extra dice for adium, with her adium level being 4. She gets 4 more dice to attack.
Damn.
Okay, so she has 12, which I think is going to let her act first. Let's get the numbers from everybody.
9.
7.
Okay, she's going to
9
commit
still. Yeah.
probably 8 to attack, leaving her with 4 for defense. And she's moving like she has adium. Like she's going through motions, and every motion is just the perfect physical body language to
It's a
convince
good thing
Vyse.
idiom does not help you against mental attacks at all.
It's true.
It
It can
does.
predict where they move to, but it doesn't help you prepare for what they're going to say.
You gain a number of dice with actions equal to your adium roll. This is true no matter what the action is, as long as it gives you a roll. So adium does give you insight into the future. So she can't flare it. All right, so she's got 6 turns of adium. She's got 5 left. Cool. All right. So my question is, Vyse, we've already established you're definitely bearing your heart to her to some extent. What would you say your level of lustiness is right now? Like how, or love, favor,
I mean,
your relationship
Got
status?
ugly spikes through her face now.
I'm checking your
here's the thing.
Facebook status with her right now.
here's the thing. Last time, if
Oh,
I
that's a good
remember quite frankly, when back to all the way to like episode 4, when Vyse was asked what he thought of Francine, he called her, quote, a disgusting snake of a woman.
So you'd say that
He
you
is
have...
not attracted to her.
So let me ask you a question. Is this the fondness for an old rival, or is this fondness for a bitter enemy?
Doesn't
I
sound
would
like fondness at
well,
all.
like we're friendly together, but I would say we have somewhat of a rivalry.
Okay, so she has to get a 4. Are you defending as well?
I am putting actually all of my 7 dice into defense.
Okay, so she has to beat both a 4 and whatever you roll. So she
I
will
won't be
do
attacking this round. I need to
anything
protect
for
myself.
love. She does beat a 4 with her paired 4, so you
Let's
need
see
to get a
if she
paired
can
5.
beat This.
I see paired
Paired 5s and
6s,
2.
paired 6.
Nice.
All right.
And that's as a defender.
That
That's
is as a defender,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yep.
Which means I get.
You get to throw a complication on her.
Yes. Give her complication.
Let's see. Complications. Loses prop, will spend 1 action retrieving it. You know what? I think I'm going to spend both of them and reduce her.
You only have okay. So we're starting on complication. You only
Yeah.
have 1 because you only rolled
Wait.
1 step higher than her.
Oh, because she also got a nudge, so but cancels
No,
that one.
no. You're talking nudges. Nudges are different.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't
you're
you
right.
use
She
nudges
did.
for
Okay,
complication?
you're right. She got a nudge, so she cancels your complication. You
Right.
have nudges you can spend, however.
Yeah. So I can spend the nudges on complications, right? She
yeah,
only
you
got
could.
1 nudge. I got 2, so I get 1 complication, right?
No, you're using it wrong. Okay. She has to use her nudge to negate the complication she would get from you having a higher roll than her.
Oh,
Right? She has
I
paired
get it.
4s, you have paired 5s, so she would get 1 complication. Her nudge can only be used to cancel that complication,
Yep.
leaving
Okay,
you
so
with
what do I
success
use
and
the
2 nudges.
For now, then I guess
Combat nudging.
would be the thing for that.
You can use it to inflict damage on her if you want. If you're
can?
just like,
Eliminate
no,
one of
I
their-
don't love you as much as you think I do.
Eliminate one of their attack or defense die. That could be good.
She has 4 defense die left, so you could eliminate 2 of
What's
them.
her?
for sure.
How many attack die does she have?
I mean, she had 8, but she literally just used them.
Oh, she used all of them in that
Yes.
attack.
So she has 4 defense die left, which you can take away 2 of them.
Yeah, I'll do that. That
Okay,
gives her a
nice.
chance of making a pair. She has 2 defense die now, which means the other party
Right.
can just riddle her.
Mentally attack her. Go.
So
Mentally
you
attack her
committed.
with love.
You committed all your dice, Vyse, so you're out.
Yep, I can
Dedric,
I can do
Very
no action
persuasive
because I went
manner.
full defense.
you bleed in a persuasive manner. There's a crow flying overhead that's just like, wow, that's some really. Yeah, I should bring my friends back there to eat her later when she dies.
We do need
Very
to
persuasive.
get help for Odelise at some point in this conflict.
Really, she's
Right.
just the best. Yeah, Dedric, let's see you throw some shade.
That's not really what I'm going with here. Basically what I got in response was that they fed me this line about what metal type they were, and that I was a different metal type.
Yeah, so it's a saying among the Terris people that the Terris are copper. They endure, and that you are not one of them.
You're not a good alloy.
That's too far in the future. You're about 300 years ahead. More like
So-
305.
I thought that was in this one.
No.
I think it does say in the book that alloy is in this time frame that they still use it the same way. There's
Okay.
a talking section. I think I don't remember. So I reply with, really? That's how you want to start off your rebellion? The exact same mentalities that were the foundation of this world? The Lord Ruler's dead. Why keep up all of these distinctions between people? You're copper. I'm something else. Who cares? This is an opportunity to work with people who are willing to work with you. The Inquisitors are the people that have been imprisoning you and killing you for centuries. You don't necessarily have to go against your nonviolence to help us here, but it would be the so sweet a justice that this rebellion succeeds on cooperation between people instead of this divisive, you're copper and I'm not.
Really, guys? Really? Yeah. Okay, go ahead and let's see here. How many dice did I roll for her last time? It was 7, right?
Yeah, 7.
All right. Nothing has changed.
Is that speech good enough for an extra dice?
No, it's good enough for the dice you have. We'll see if you can do some convincing against a pair of 4s.
Well,
Nice.
Ooh.
5s and a nudge.
Okay. Yeah, what do you want to do with that? You lower her resistance towards your ideas. If you throw on the second point, you can give her a burden.
Um,
And strangely enough, this is actually kind of a social burden rather than a mental one, because you're trying... God, we have so many conflicts going on at the same time. You're trying to get her to commit her people to this battle, right?
Right. So I want to then commit the burden.
If
will-
if you commit the burden, you can choose seizure of select personnel, and get like some of her people to immediately be like, "I'll join the battle for you." It makes sense.
Wow.
Yep.
That sounds like. I mean, if that's actually one of the things I can do, then
Yes.
now is that?
You have to
Before I
commit the
choo-
nudge to it, but yes, you can.
Before I choose to go that way, what I want to know narratively is that people in the crowd hearing what I say and
Yes.
like deciding for themselves, or is
yeah,
it
so
literally-
it's seeing her hesitation to counter argue with you and consider your words, and they're seeing the conflict going on, and they're like, "Fuck it, it's time to go."
Yeah, I want that to happen. Then.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
it's go time now. As a
Like
bunch
the
of dudes.
people in there are like, yeah, now or never. Let's
Yeah,
go.
there's like 5 Terris dudes that super Saiyan out as their muscles bulge to like 3 times.
Bench
their size.
breakers.
They
I
throw
don't
off
get
their
touched.
weighted clothing.
The ground beneath them shakes as they begin running into combat with Francine.
Total
No.
snakes rule.
No, damn it, no.
So the only way to stop this, Valette, would be to... Did you say tunnel snakes rule?
Yeah.
That's
No,
Tunnel
yeah,
snakes
me and Vyse,
rule.
me and Vyse just need to
We're
do
the
really well on our
tunnel
rolls.
snakes, and we rule.
Vyse doesn't have any dice.
Yeah, I have no action dice. I went full defense to break.
Oh, well
Yeah,
then.
Valette, so
and-
you're up. You need
And
to...
she has no defense dice either. But these terrorist people, like even my line was, you don't have to kill her, right? Like you just have to help. So they might just wrestle her to the ground.
Okay.
They did say that they wanted this revolution takeover to be non-violent.
Right. So
Okay.
literally just restraining her, which probably a bunch of terrorist dudes with a bunch of stored strength could maybe do, might just be what happens. And then like we actually can resolve this non-violently as you finish off her willpower.
What is her current like position? Because like I'm like
You
Vyse and I are like right
Vyse
next
are
to her.
directly behind her,
Uh-huh.
or beside her, and she.
I thought we were in
is-
front of her.
Are you? Okay.
Well, I think we're kind of like on her at her sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of us is like sort of like holding her back even though we know it won't do anything.
Yeah. So is she like standing her full 6 feet tall thing right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's got her eyes closed because she's focused on flaring.
Well,
Nice.
She's got her eyes on Vyse because that's the prize.
as closed as they can be with giant spikes in them.
Got her spikes closed.
Yeah. I mean, she still has eyebrows, right? So she can,
I mean, fair enough.
It's not. It's never going to close completely.
When the
but-
eyebrows go behind the spikes, it's closed.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, if she was like leaning down at all, like I was gonna try something, but okay. Yeah. So I think yeah. So Valette would just kind of like move around to be in front of her, like putting her hands like on her torso, just like trying to like hold her back from doing whatever, like moving forward or doing anything, and it's just continuing her barrage of like, remember this, remember that night we shared, remember that party you had at your house when we were sharing Poke Leaf above, like we're looking down and making fun of everybody together.
Remember that time we made fun of people? It was great.
It was great. It was
I
a good
know.
moment.
I know. This might be the thing that hits it. Let's.
It was such a good moment.
She's gonna.
She's just one of those people that only feels joy through other people suffering.
Well, it was like a really good friendship thing. It was just like we were people watching together, and it was like, oh my god, look at that asshole! Look at that asshole!
I mean, she used to have 4 dice, which would have been great because there's a pretty good chance you could get a pair, but now she only has 2.
Mm-hmm.
So let's roll.
Okay, I have 9.
Shit.
All right, no pairs. And a pair of 5s with a nudge.
Yeah.
Okay, if you
boom.
commit the nudge,
Yeah.
you'll deal enough damage to break her willpower.
Damn, 2 damage to willpower.
Okay.
I got it. Valette wins. Valette wins for once. In 10 episodes.
Guys, the party won.
The party won.
We did a thing
This
successfully.
thing.
I know. And you're gonna get a.
And then is this the nice kind of RPG where Odelise
Like-
comes up with one hit?
It's like when you
No.
die to the same boss in Dark Souls like 8 times, and then you finally get it, and you're like, I did the thing, I've learned.
All right. She's devastated and demoralized. She's unable to resist acting on a single emotion or impulse suggested by Valette.
Surrender. Acquiesce.
Yeah. Give up and let's talk. Like, stop fighting. And
I mean, are you saying give up?
No. I mean, that's what I want to have happen. But what she would be saying is just like, please, just stop this. I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to be
Just
safe.
leave
I
it
want
at
to
I
talk
want
with you.
you. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's what she keeps hearing. I want you. I want you. I want you.
So the conflict is over for now. She can still take actions, but you're telling her to stop, so she won't. If she does later, she loses 2 dice whenever she makes rolls with power. So anytime she uses any Mistborn-y stuff,
Sweet.
anything beyond trying to stab people regularly.
Well, now that the conflict's resolved, we have a.
We still got to throw on a burden, right?
Ah.
Because you have a choice. Do you want to throw on a mortal or a grave burden?
Takes a long breather for those to go.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's a question. Like, if you throw a grave on her and you want her to be on your side, it's going to take an awful long time to remove that.
If I do mortal, can I do a mortal burden of
Oh, yes. So, split personality, omnipresent phobia, such as being afraid of ska or ash, hallucinations, obsessions, blackouts,
what page are these on
paranoia.
again? 240?
Do what?
What page are these on again?
224.
224.
Paranoia, permanent amnesia, or mute.
Mortal mental burdens.
I want it to be something like I don't know if obsession is the right word, but like, I guess obsession with their relationship.
I
doesn't
think
have
she's
to
already
be-
got one of those, but now
gotta
it's
be-
going to be on like a crippling mental level.
Right, exactly. Like, like this is what I wanted to have happen to Chadwick last episode, where it's like her driving factor is what Valette thinks.
Valette is collecting a
Yeah.
harem.
So now you
Yes.
have an Inquisitor that's like, we'll do anything to make Valette happy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you can call on some dice to make that happen with the flashbacks, delusions, and obsession. She now has one of everything. Yeah, so she stopped fighting because of the power of friendship.
Yes, anime. Let's do this.
Vyse and Valette together hanging off of her caused her to like stop moving forward. Dedric, your bench breaker boys are still rushing towards her. Are you gonna stop them, or are they gonna collide with her and continue this conflict?
So, is it very clear that she's giving up? Like, what am I? What is
She's
my
not.
information?
She's not moving, and she's lowered her daggers if she's not put them away, and she's just staring with her steely eyes into Valette's. And then in this case, steely eyes are actual steel railroad spikes.
Yeah, literal steel bikes.
So I'll just reiterate that no one has to break their non-violence pact, and we can just restrain her. I think it's fine if she's just restrained.
I don't know that she'll accept being restrained.
I don't know that.
To refocus
I don't even know what's
I
going
mean,
on.
how are you going around restraining her, I guess is the question.
You have two buff
I'm not
dudes
doing
holding
anything.
her.
I imagine Terris people with huge amounts of weight and strength are going to
Yeah, I'm assuming
grab
that two of
each
the
of her
super
limbs.
buff guys are gonna take Vyse and Valette's spot of holding her. Like,
I mean, Vyse, Valette, are you gonna let that happen? Like,
If we see a bunch of dudes just running at her, Valette's gonna be like, "Back the fuck up."
Really, that's what you're gonna say?
well, Vyse,
Yeah.
Vyse is going to hold his hand. He's like,
You're not
wait,
gonna communicate anything.
it's like she's calmed.
Yeah, Valette's like putting like Vyse does that. Valette like stop. She's not gonna do anything. She's calmed down.
Dedric, you're in command now.
I am?
Dedric. I mean, you have convinced them to fight on your behalf.
Okay. I guess I'll ask. I mean,
Have their people move in and start taking control like they wanted.
yeah, like that's what I'll sort of like. That's what I'll send like one of the people to be like, now's your chance.
Okay, yeah. When you do that, Leland's like, yes, we will move in now. This is our time. She's trying to like reinforce her order to.
2 minutes ago was not our time.
Can I make some kind of roll that it's sort of like very clear that I gave the order first and then she followed?
I mean,
Like,
it's very
think
clear to
people know
everybody.
that, yeah.
I'm playing off of, if you haven't noticed, I think Odelise does this to some extent where she like reinforces other people's what
Yeah.
they're already
Yeah,
going to do.
What a
right.
great idea. Glad I thought of it.
It's like a
Yeah, that's
hereditary
exactly
thing.
Yeah, I think at this point too, we would probably be like, "Oh shit, Odalise is bleeding out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Someone help her."
Yeah, someone should probably make that wits 3 roll to keep her from dying.
All right. I have
got 5 wits.
Oh,
but,
Dedric has 5. I have 4.
um,
And I think I have more traits than
and I
people.
can apply some traits too.
Okay.
So my
Like, I
question is, do you want
I
to
think I
figure out who's got the most dice, or do we want to do this narratively and then have everybody else throw in a helping die?
You know what? No. Here's what I do. I had some of my people go back and like some of the people who defected. That's not the right word, but it's the only word that comes to mind. I have some of them go back and be like, tell your people now's your chance. And I have the others, and I'm like, hey, she's wounded. Do you have medicine people? Like pick her up and
They
help.
actually, so yeah, they look uncomfortable when you say that, and one of them like maybe looks through her clothing and turns to the others and like she's not wearing gold, and they're like, there's nothing we can do. She'll die without serious aid.
So like they don't have a person in their ranks who stored a bunch of medical wisdom in their copper mind.
I
whatever.
mean, I guess all the keepers would have that. But I don't know that any of them physically have, like, a giant pile of, bandages and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my question is, Wreckage, do you want them to make this roll on your behalf?
What I'm saying
It sounds like you want me to make the roll. I can do this if you want to.
So
Let me just
He just
reset my
don't do it. He's
API.
gonna turn off his axe.
no. See, the reason why this makes sense to me, and I don't know what you know, Arthur, is that like we don't have medical supplies either, but someone in the crowd is capable of a wits 10 roll because of how much wits they stored. So the idea that they would be like,
that's not how
oh,
copper works. Not quite.
I mean, they could tap. They could tap zinc.
Yeah, whatever,
I
zinc.
don't know that zinc works in this situation. Zinc has some very specific call-ons for when it can be tapped. You can't just
guess
tap it
right.
always for usage in ferrochemy. It can only be done for demanding quick mental response, which I think is kind of the exact opposite of, trying to bring you
thoughtful
back to life. You gotta move slowly and make sure, this isn't going to be immediately solved. You're gonna need some very serious medical care.
I mean, right, but we're just trying to stop her bleeding right now.
I think
Yeah, we just don't want her
copper
to die
for
right
sure
now.
can be used here.
Look, here's my point. Let's just get down to brass tacks.
Yes,
here,
if you
AP.
want them to do this for you, they can.
If they have the same role or more than me, I want them to do it because
I'm not going to tell you what they have. I mean,
Well, that's
it's either you trusting
Yeah,
them
makes sense.
to handle it themselves, or one of you does it.
This has nothing to do with narrative. All of my roles are shit, and I have the
Okay.
biggest dice pool of anybody here for this particular thing. And I know that I will botch a 3 on 7 dice, which is how many I think I can add to the situation. So if they have 7 or more, I would rather they rolled, because I will definitely get no pairs. I don't know. Rest of the group. I mean, Kelsey, you're the one dying. Do you want me to hand it over to NPCs and have AP roll, or do you want me to roll with my 7 dice? That is definitely going to result in your death.
I mean, no offense, but I feel like anyone other than Dedric would have a bigger stake in wanting to save Odalise's life. Like, literally anybody other than Dedric.
All right.
But, I mean, not to say I don't trust your ability to roll dice.
How good are you at role-playing games?
Of the party, you have the biggest pool. I don't know if I trust AP to give us the full...
The problem is Dedric doesn't believe in the heart of the dice.
You just gotta believe!
I made a Luckomancer, and I still lost my first reroll.
You made a shitty Luckomancer!
Yeah, you made a really bad one.
No, I didn't.
You only have like 3 spirit.
So what? The only spirit roll I've ever done, I succeeded.
Oh, God.
The Luckomancer stuff is stats are your base luck. I'm a Luckomancer. He's not a lucky person naturally. He cheats
magically.
Well, does the crowd even seem capable? Like, are they like, yeah, well, we could do this for you totally?
If none of you move to do it,
or is it just like you're just pointing at a random person? You go be a surgeon.
Leland will do it.
So I'm literally saying to the group of people, like, do you have what I've said to them in character is, do you have medics among your ranks? Because I presume if they were going to do a nonviolent rebellion, they would assume some people might get hurt. So that's what I asked. And if their response is not really, then, like that, I guess that's a window for someone else to do something. But I feel like they would say, well, we'll take her to Leland or whatever.
Yeah, I think Leland will do it. She'll step forward to save her daughter.
I mean...
God, I want to GM roll these dice so bad and just show the audience and not the people at the table.
And then, and we'll see it all next week.
I'll see it on a delay of 30
Can you
seconds.
only show it to... Is it possible to only show it to Kelsa?
No, but we'll go ahead and roll.
Oh, that's too bad, because that would have been great.
Oh, man.
No, there is. You can do that, Arthur. I don't know what the command is, but there is a way to privately roll to the GM and have the GM privately roll to you. In case you actually want to do that. If you don't, that's fine, obviously.
So what did I miss?
I feel like you should be able to.
Like if someone could give me a 2-second,
pull up.
We've decided that Odalise's mother is making the roll.
So the roll hasn't been made.
Nope. There was a lot of
lack of confidence in my ability to roll dice.
Does she get a
it sounded like you were the least confident in the dice, but yes, some others expressed concern.
Those people are wise.
Okay, scholar, elder, keeper. All right, so she has 5 wits, and she has 3. She can call upon that many. All right.
If you do /name space roll, you can do...
I'm just going to roll it in the open. This is getting really complicated.
Oh, I wanted to do that secret thing so bad, but that's fine.
So she's going to call upon...
You have to not be watching the chat for the for the video for
15, 16, 17 dice.
Can she roll 17 dice, or does she cap at 10?
This is a challenge. It's a contest, not a conflict. So she can roll that many, and she will roll that many.
I thought you always capped at 10.
So she is...
Holy balls.
Fair fives.
Yeah, you're fine. You're not dying. You stop bleeding.
Good. Thank goodness.
Power of a mother's love.
17 dice. That is the biggest dice pool we've ever had in this show.
I mean, she maximized the amount of copper she could use, and her specialty is medicine.
Did she use all of it?
She could have said that.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
blew
your
through a
specialty is
ton of copper to
medicine,
do
and my
this.
specialty is poisons, huh?
Oh wow, that's
I mean,
wow.
Like, I don't know much about the backstory of Mistborn.
It's almost as if someone planned this.
I don't know. I don't know much about the backstory of Mistborn or like anything like about like the Terris like backstory, but it seems like if you burned like your whole copper mine or whatever for someone, it seems like that's a like very like special.
Yeah, I mean, this is costing her a lot of memories to do
It's like
this.
seems like the only kind of thing that a mother would do for their child.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, Mama is aging as this is happening, right? She came here with a specific time frame with her adium storing, and now it's gone. Her youth is gone. She doesn't look as old as she did when you first met her, Dedric and Vyse, but by the time the doctoring is done, she's like moving much slower. It's clear she's fairly arthritic now. But there is some grade A prime, like, this is surgical techniques you've never seen before. A fucking scalpel? What the shit is that? And she's like, oh yeah, we just need to apply electrostim therapy, and then she's like resetting bones, but using tourniquets and stuff, and everyone's like, oh, forbidden knowledge of the past.
The past future.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like how Star Wars is a long time ago, but they have lightsabers. It's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so using this extreme medicine, she returns to her normal state of being much, much older. So, for those asking why is she old now, she was using a specific type of magic. All of the ferrochemists have the ability to store attributes in certain types of metals, and as they do so, they can then retrieve those attributes at a rate. So if you store like 10 minutes of walking really slowly, you can spend 10 minutes of running fast.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you can spend 5 minutes to run twice as fast. Or you
And
can
all
spend
the
2.5
reason-
minutes to
Neurochemy is
run-
like is one of my favorite magic systems like
Yeah.
ever. It's
And the whole
so
like
interesting.
reason of this whole rebellion is because they've been storing strength for so long.
Yep.
So now they felt like they were ready to take
Bench
I mean,
breakers.
They've been. It's not the strength that they're worried about here. So what happens is, as they move through the facility, we're in full cinematic mode. As Terris men and women just
Black
speed.
bars drop down on the screen.
Yeah, they speed through the area as like inquisitors and obligator. Well, it's obligators who are of the Canton of Inquisition are like standing up at their desk preparing to defend themselves, and there's like a vacuum tunnel as people are moving at like 50, 60 miles an hour, boom, appearing behind them and just like disarming them and wrapping them in ropes and just like tying them in their chairs and just like there. Everything will be fine soon. We're gonna put you on a canal barge south. And this keeps happening over and over. We get views of the Canton of Inquisition, Canton of Resources, we get Canton of Orthodoxy. All of the government institutions in the area are completely taken over. And
Right,
there's
because
like
this was the only one we had to really like. This was the main one.
this is the one that had the Inquisitors, so
Yeah, all the others are just like dudes, and they can take those. Easy.
So what you're telling us is even this plan, which was our simplest plan.
don't worry, no,
what we-
don't say it. Don't say it. We're getting to it, buddy. We're getting to it. You've made the rolls, you've paid the prices, and that's when Leland comes forward and is like, now I understand Mr. Martel, and she says this addressing Vyse, who is still standing in the shadow of the enormous and somewhat
Yeah, I
threatening
guess he's
looking.
just like his hands like come off of the Inquisitor like really shakily because like I don't think anyone has called him like with that kind of authority before.
Mr. Martel.
Mr. Martel.
Super
As
weird.
if speaking
Like,
for House Martell.
Speaking of the man of the house.
Well,
with
it's-
Odalys down.
if
He's
you-
kind of
if-
in charge.
If
Yep.
you were the man of the house, she would be calling you Lord, but she's not calling you Lord.
Right.
She's calling you Mister.
hmm
I mean, it's more respect than he's received from any other of the Terris Rebellion.
Sure. I understand that you have a very capable business plan to move resources in and out of Tathingdwen.
He just sort of collects himself. He's like, Yes, that's right. We
I think we'll need to renegotiate the numbers on that contract to be somewhat more equivalent to the services we'll be needing. You won't be getting the lax payouts of the cantons, but if you wish to work with the Terris people as the Synod reinstitutes order throughout the Dominance, we'd be willing to allow proven heroes such as yourself, noble heroes, to work beside us.
and then you hear in the background play of the game.
I mean, who ended the fight?
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Who
Listen,
did the
we've
most
got
damage?
listen,
Eliminate
20
the zone
Jesus, 20 minutes, guys. Can you wait 20 minutes before breaking down?
I'm sorry.
He started it.
I'm so
He started it, damn it.
I just had to. But yeah, so yeah,
Play
Vyse
of the game is getting a reward for something that everybody did.
Yeah, he sort of like gives her like a nod, and he's like,
He holds
course.
a hand out.
"Yeah, I take her hand and shake
Okay. All right, you have officially gotten the contracts.
Oh!
So I don't want to preempt this, but let's start adding up how much advancement you guys got this session, because I feel like you're about to take a long break, perhaps.
I feel like we're going to have to, yeah.
The first
So-
of many.
Odelise automatically gets one for confronting her tragic backstory. Everybody gets one for officially getting the contract, and then another one for completing the plan of action. I think this is the first time we've ever reached the bottom of a plan of action successfully.
There's always
So
been
that's
something in our way.
you'll also all get another one for being committed to the plan.
Can we
And
go above 20, or is 20?
Nope.
no, 20 is the max.
Well, I've hit a cap,
And
boys.
I just got one, and everybody
Got 2, yes. So you have 3.
Okay.
But I'm going to spend advancements next time, so I'm still up for the voting. You know.
I mean, I think it's long breather now, unless there's anything you guys want to do.
I think like we could have like a sort of like a debrief scene.
Okay, tell me
Yeah,
how
I'm
you
curious.
want to
Like,
do it.
I think we should definitely like the next day. What the hell happens after
Yeah,
this?
the day after scene, like
Well, I think I mean, okay, I'm maybe speaking just for myself here, but the Synod overthrows Terris. What the hell happens to House General? Like, what is their response to that?
that's true.
Even the next day, so maybe we maybe we do just want to go to break or whatever, like or the end of the episode. But even the very next day, what the hell is the response of the completely heavily armed and apparently ready for some sort of military action House General? Like, what happens?
I mean, it's late.
I
at the
mean,
night,
are
the
you
time
are
we're
you?
doing-
So my question is, are
And
you demanding this
you're,
response before the breather? Yeah.
It was, well,
I think we. I think
Well,
like
I feel like we need to get some. We need some information before the breather.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Figure out what the hell we're
we
doing.
need information before the breather. We don't
Okay.
need like.
Very
I
well.
think we need to figure out what's going on with House General before
so,
we take.
I mean, still in the cinematic. There's like a citizens council of all of the nobles who remain here and wish to remain here, which includes Damworth Hofquarter and Aubria General. And Aubria takes control of all the nobles plus any visiting nobles plus any visiting house guard and just co-ops them into a giant like citizens defense force. And a certain Monsieur General is sent to Luthadel alone with no support.
So his wife cast him out.
His mother.
mother.
His mother.
Oh, his
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah, old Granny
Yeah,
General who didn't
Oh,
seem like she
right.
was involved at
His
all. She
grandmother
just
who
took over.
really liked the Terris people.
Yep. And I mean, as much as dad likes to pretend that he's spending all the money and he's in charge, it's her money. So
So
Mhm.
basically, like
all of the troops
I mean-
default to her, and they
True,
would much
the
rather
elders
be
rule in
paid
noble society.
to stay here than, be not paid to go across several thousand miles to get to any other location in the world with no money or food.
I mean,
Yeah.
is Daddy Dearest stuck in a love triangle between the leader of House Martell and my actual mother, who's not really dead?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think he likes your mom.
No?
I mean, maybe if she was burning the adium, but other than that,
So basically, like, some sort of plan there was actually co-opted by this whole thing happening. Maybe.
not really. Aubrey just saw it happen and was like, "Well, I guess it's time now." Well, and there's,
Right.
I mean,
Time to
I don't
strike.
know.
Bench breakers.
I don't know how much I want to put on camera, but yeah, basically your
Sure.
dad is sent away in disgrace. Aubrey retakes control of the family, and Chadwick is still here.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, what is she going to do? Like,
Right?
Chadwick was dutifully following his father's orders. That doesn't make him a schemer necessarily.
Right.
Um,
He may be a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he
He's
is
just
the
a mild inconvenience guy.
Okay, so
right. I think we
Should
can take a
we-
breather now. So we have
Yeah.
basically the information we need to take.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening is the information that Tathingdway is free is spreading across the dominance, and the Terris folk are all flocking here.
Is there any like statement from the Final Empire about it?
I mean, it's going to take months for the information to get to Luthadel and then back.
Yeah, but are they like? I guess. So what I'm wondering is if they would try to like, if they heard that, they'd be like, "Oh, no, it's not. We have control." It's just like, don't tell anyone that they're free.
we just keep telling the rest of the world that nope, everything's the same up here. Don't worry about it.
But then
I
they would
mean,
just,
if
like,
that's
kill
your
them-
plan,
kill
you
them
guys
all.
are nobles. You could literally just do that. You could be like, no, we're in control. We're House Martell. Any rumors to the otherwise are spread by malicious factions.
I mean, if Odelise was conscious for this discussion, she
Yeah,
would-
you're conscious the next day. You recover enough
Yeah.
health points.
because I think that Odelise sees this as an opportunity, but also as a cover. Like, if we say, hey, House Martell is in charge up here, everything is fine, you definitely don't need to send any Inquisitors.
So,
Look,
Yeah, that's actually a really good
Plus
point.
an Inquisitor,
Yeah, plus there's an
Inquisitor
Inquisitor up here. She's totally fine with it.
yeah. So I guess like I had an idea of like where the scene might take place, like the wrap up scene.
Okay.
The usual meeting room, but like maybe the twist is like for once the windows are open.
Oh yeah.
Who's there? I mean, if you're having a secret meeting, I know at least one person who's going to demand to be there.
Is it Chadwick?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Evelyn,
No.
Who is it?
is
It's-
it there?
An Inquisitor.
It's an
Is it-
Inquisitor.
Oh, Francine?
Is it
Francine demands to be there. She's part of the family.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So are all five of you in the secret meeting room in the War
Um,
Council?
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
think that,
Valette's basically been with Francine this entire time.
Okay.
Whatever that means is whatever it means. But
We'll figure that
yeah.
out.
yeah. So there's the four of us. There's Francine and there's Evelyn in this debrief.
And I mean, how long has it been? Like,
One day.
Literally the next
so
morning.
literally the next day. Okay.
yeah, so
Stuff at night.
oh,
And
yeah, so yeah. Yeah.
I guess the entry into the scene is like Vyse opening the windows as the meeting comes to, like everyone filters in.
Mhm.
And like, Odelise is is like bandaged up and like in a chair or something. She probably, I mean, with broken clavicles, she's probably like got like both of her arms are like tied down.
No, sorry. Yeah, you aren't paralyzed or anything. You just have horrible disfiguring scars that are.
Okay, well,
Yeah, so like the daggers went like here or something.
Yeah,
so there's
it's
like
so yeah, you heal up fine,
okay.
very quickly.
that's good.
Just horrible scar.
Horrible scarring. Okay.
Yeah, it's like this long, each of them.
Yeah, and they come up my neck, and no matter what kind of a dress that I wear, I can't conceal it. So yeah. I feel like Odelise is the last person to arrive to this meeting. Like,
Yeah.
which is completely opposite.
yeah.
In the past, Odelise has called the meetings and she's been waiting on everybody else. but this time she's kind of shuffling in last, and she's not looking at Francine. Like, she's really hard not looking at Francine. Which means she's probably not looking at Valette either.
Yeah, because Valette's right next to her. So
I think she probably is actually looking at Dedric more than anybody, because Vyse seems to have things under control. But I mean, Dedric is kind of a wild card here. He's new to the family. He's just a shitty copper cloud, and
Right, he's totally not a Mistborn. He hasn't used his powers.
I just got through a fight with an Inquisitor and didn't use any Mistborn powers.
I know. First of all, you did not use any Mistborn powers, and second of all,
You barely fought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, whoa. Like, if they hadn't won in 2 turns, I would have been the reason why we were safe. I played the
That's true.
contingency plan that wasn't nothing, right? Like,
No,
you guys happened to kill her in 2 turns.
You
Kill.
did not.
yeah, I mean, the power of love is a curious thing.
Jesus Christ.
God, I'm so happy. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess if Vyse sees Odalys under the scene, he like looks at her and he's like, "So, it's not the way we expected, but it seems for the moment our house is on the top. How does it feel?"
Bittersweet.
How are you feeling?
Bittersweet is a good descriptor.
Oh my god. That was really good. I'm sorry. Oh, the face Kelsa made was just really good.
Thank you. I'm not as well as I could be. But we've done what we set out to do. We need to ensure the safety of the Terris people by claiming a responsibility for what happened here.
If there's a reprisal, it doesn't matter who claims responsibility. They will kill people just to make a point.
The Terris want to declare their nation free, and that we will not do. As long as we can say that we are controlled as noble people, the reality of the situation does not need to spread beyond the dominance. Not yet.
I don't think that's a secret we can keep under wraps, but okay.
No, but at least it seems for the time being, we're safe.
Do you think the Terris will go for that?
I've been known to see a reason.
Terris people are smart. You should not underestimate them.
No, but they're principled too, and they're proud. And I don't actually think that's a good idea.
No, I don't think we should.
Yeah, this idea that we will claim that just the nobles led a rebellion and just the nobles took over Terris, I don't think it benefits anybody, and I don't think it's something that'll sit well with the Terris people.
I mean, there's no need to say it's a rebellion yet. We can just
Look, you guys are all
We're in
trying to
charge
back
here.
out of it and trying to cover up on it. This is a rebellion. It was successful. The Terris people are free, and the country of Terris exists right now at this
What
exact
happened here is whatever I say happened here. As far
Exactly.
as anyone else is concerned. I am in control now.
they'll believe whatever we tell them.
Do I need to look at you? Are you the captain now?
Yeah, she's just looking at Valette the whole time. And you know what? It's even creepier because it's like when an MMO where if you like click on another character, your like head turns that way, but your body remains perfectly straightforward. So she's got this like weird looking sideways and down thing and remains perfectly still, even though it clearly must hurt her to look in that direction.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume that Valette's going to have to ask this question and get an answer. Can you tell us more about what actually happened to the Lord Ruler?
He's dead.
And Marsh did it and is the new Lord Ruler?
Lord Marsh is now the leader of the Inquisition. It was
Gotcha.
the last act of the Lord Ruler.
The Inquisition meaning separate from the final empire?
It's our final empire now.
Okay,
It's our
interesting.
final empire now.
Now, what can you tell me about all the rumors that Marsh was in the rebellion?
So she looks at you strangely and says, I can't talk about that. It's strange.
Interesting.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Yes,
So-
thank you, Valette.
The reason I ask is because apparently there's been a big shake-up in power in the Final Empire anyway. So now is as good as time as there's ever going to be to say that Terris is a country on its own and just actually work at making sure that stays true. You know, how much are they really going to be able to organize?
Odelise turns and looks at Francine as Dedric is saying this. And she sighs as she looks into those steel spikes sticking out of where her eyes used to be. And she's swallows her disgust and she says, you tell me, Francine, if Terris was to be a free country, would it bring down a reprisal here?
I think she's still looking at Valette, and she doesn't have eyes anymore, so it's really hard to give significant glances.
She gives significant
Body
spikes.
language.
Significant spike. I
Yeah.
get the significant spikes.
Her body language is like, should I answer this? Like, you're in charge. What are we doing? Okay, so she's like, the Terra's dominance is mine to do with whatever I want. If we wish to give them more freedom, that's fine. The Inquisition will take whatever tithe it needs from them, but if you think that it's wise to give them more equality, we'll do that.
I do.
Win-win.
Everybody wins, nobody loses. Bring on the apple pie.
Save the world.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, I think Vyse like sort of looks to the party and is like, the Terris people fought and won this battle themselves, and they deserve their victory, as do we for our new position closer to the top.
So, yeah, I mean, she's just like, I am the top.
Right.
Of course, Francie.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that
mean,
means
she says something.
closest to the
Oh
top.
God, she says something really creepy. Like, let's go downstairs. I'm sure my uncle is waiting for us at dinner. See, because she's delusional and she thinks she's still back.
The past and the
Yep.
present are mixing.
She thinks she's still back at home.
Mm.
Thanks for that, Vyse.
So,
I think-
so we won this fight in that a completely insane Inquisitor
I mean, you
Can't
made her
tell-
that way.
who cannot tell what time frame she's existing in is now attached at the hip to one of our party members. Believes that they are in complete control in opposition to what several other large factions now currently believe about what's going on in the Terris
Yep.
Dominance.
I mean,
So
It's perfect.
you know what? If your plan was to end up as the top leader of the thing, it would have been fine. All you wanted was some contracts. And that's what you got. You got contracts, bro.
We got
that's
contracts.
fine. No, that's fine. No, what I'm saying is that we're in that
Look,
Francine is a
like-
problem.
I
Our
mean,
status in this town has been.
Problem. I mean,
I mean, if we wanted to end up on top, it would not have gone down like this.
the
Yeah.
real question is, Francine x Evelyn, what's going to happen there? Because Evelyn is not happy.
Arthur,
Yeah,
I want to do something before the long breather.
I'm sure you do. What would you like to do?
In all of the chaos, I would like to sneak into the Canton of Orthodoxy, I think it was, and find the stenciled metal marriage certificate between me and Valette.
Yep.
And I destroy it.
Damn.
Cool.
Damn.
So he's like,
Awesome.
there's like a scene of Dedric rifling through decks, and he's like, found it, and there's a fireplace nearby.
do you tell Valette that you do that?
if
You
there's
tell
ever a
Francine
moment
that
when
you
you're
did
not
that.
near Francine, but you aren't. And the reason I'm doing this is because like there's a significant glance at some point between us that's like, we can never tell her that we were technically married. Like
Doesn't she know that?
she might, but I
She
hope
might
she
have
doesn't.
done
The
that.
point is that we're never bringing it up. and
You're
I
covering your
promise
bases.
right. I'm covering
Oh,
the
damn.
bases of.
I mean,
She wants
I
to kill
assume
Evelyn.
there would be a moment when they're not like literally together the entire time. So like we could probably, I mean, we could say that there'd be a
Well,
moment.
I mean,
when,
you
like,
could. It's like having a follower in a video game. You could be like, "Stay here." She's like, "As you command, I will."
That's if you're thinking that's how she works, that's not at all. It's more like if you had a follower who was constantly holding a live grenade, and if you say anything to upset her.
It's
she
like when
releases the
you're
trigger.
playing Skyrim and you're like, "Lydia, go back to Whiterun."
And Lydia's just
Here,
like,
I need you to hold some equipment for me.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
I am
So
sworn to carry your burdens.
There's a clandestine. Dedric sneaks into the canton during all the chaos, destroys the marriage certificate, and at some point, without even saying it in words, like he communicates to Valette, like, "I see what's going on here." And so,
Maybe, do you have a piece of it that you leave somewhere for me to find?
yeah, oh yeah, just a piece. Like,
Yeah,
you
like
couldn't
my
even tell it was
like my name or something like that I recognize as signing, like my
Right.
signature on the thing.
like just half of it too, and I
Yeah.
like leave it under your door or whatever. And so then you have the shattered piece of our marriage certificate that's no longer binding.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's what Dedric does before the break.
Oh,
Long
I love
breather.
that you kids think that divorce is legal
Yeah.
in the Final Empire.
No,
It is
we destroyed
now.
the record of it.
It is.
I also wanted to have a small scene between Vyse and Evelyn, if that could be a thing.
We're in charge now.
It's literally been 3 weeks since our marriage. I've destroyed the only document that there was of it. And with all of the chaos, do you think that the news of the marriage is going to be like, so some people got married, and oh, by the way, the Terris had this whole thing go on, and everything's on fire, and it's blah blah blah.
Plus,
blah.
we're in charge now.
I have a question. Do you think that an Inquisitor purposely, stalking Valette and finding information about Valette would somehow pass up information about her marriage?
I
I don't
think
have to answer that, and neither do you. I don't
Nope.
think I don't know if this is intentional or not, but we've killed enough time that we definitely can't take a breather now. We're gonna have to take a breather at the start of the next episode.
That's fine. Yeah, that'll leave us some time to think about stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do some outros. And everyone take another advancement at the end of the session.
Hot damn.
I'm gonna post up a vote once more for play of the game. I mean, you guys already did it once, but let's go ahead and have everybody make their sellout for play of the game. Who they,
As I said last time that I didn't do it. I think I did it this time. Who got the elimination?
All right, so you pressed Q basically.
I pressed Q.
You pressed Q.
I
and got-
pressed my Q. I pressed Q.
You pressed Q and got 3 kills as usual.
I tap the heart.
I just want to bring in for my case how many times Vyse put himself in harm's way this episode. Like,
That
he
is the
got in
opposite of
front
what gets you play of the game.
He got in front of.
As someone who usually plays support, that usually gets you killed.
It's true.
I mean,
I mean, it's like it takes guts, and guts can count for points.
I think there's a very clear argument for all 4 of us.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
You got elimination. Odelise did like the Reinhardt pushing Diva off of the thing. She took the hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I sat on the objective.
I got.
Yeah. Odalys sat on the payload.
Vyse did largest single damage, which like would have been a thing. I don't know which one's better, but I completely removed Chadwick from our way, and I did like the support thing. Like my play of the game would have been Mercy pressing Q and rezzing the whole team as the victory screen comes up anyway.
Oh,
like
God.
like we would have won.
Keep
Yeah.
comparing this to Overwatch, please. No.
You wrote it out as
We're
play of
doing
the
that.
game.
We're doing it. We're comparing it to
did that.
Overwatch right
You
now.
did this.
Okay.
Why are you upset? You did.
SciFri did this. I just went along with it, and now
I mean, I just thought it would be a funny
it's now
joke.
okay. Fine, continue. It's thematically appropriate. Oh God, you're like,
Yeah.
yes, heroes never die, and like 5 large burly men and women show up.
Yep,
They're
got
like,
bench breakers on our
what's
side.
that? Valkyries never die. Sure, we're here.
And literally, the
Here's the
victory
thing,
screen comes
They
up.
did call us heroes.
It's true. So yeah, like we all, the chat
Yeah, we all did really well, actually.
perfectly valid reason to vote for any of the 4 of us.
So vote with your heart.
Yeah,
Vote with your heart. Vote for me.
vote for the guy who still hasn't caught up for advancements.
That's true.
Vote for me. I have more Twitter followers than Wreckage can ever dream of.
Wow, that's
How many
cool.
Twitter followers do you have?
205.
All right, congratulations. I mean, that's more than me by a lot.
That doesn't sound like something I'd trust with my vote.
This is not what the vote is for. It's not for who has most Twitter
Anyway,
followers.
But I have the most.
we made good cases. You vote for who you want.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's a very serious slant on the vote so far. So
Yeah, no.
let's go ahead and do outros here. And after the outros, we're gonna throw it over to Roll20 app so you can watch them play Tenra, Bancho. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce the whole game, but it's about as you die and you slowly take damage, you become more powerful.
Interesting.
And you
Huh.
get a limit break and explode.
I don't. Yeah, those are words.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, let's go in reverse, counterclockwise, all that stuff. So we're gonna start with Wreckage.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Wreckage. Please follow me on Twitter. The name is right there on the overlay because it's a beautiful overlay made by Erosaito. And AP as well. I do role-playing games on Twitch. Recently, there's been some vacations that people have had. And as a result, I'm not super certain that any of our games are going up next week. In case they are, please tune in Monday on twitch.tv/HENLEY for Cyberpunks. Please tune in Tuesday, same channel for Sunless Sea. Please tune in Wednesday here, APGamingREAL's channel for Star Wars. And then definitely not anything on Thursday on Henley's channel, but maybe in the coming weeks. And then Mistborn again, Friday. It might be Alloy of Law. It might be Ashfallen. We don't know until we know if people have conflicts. And excitingly,
Why would we could just ask people at the end of the episode and be like, "Hey, which one is going to be?"
does
Because when you
anybody
say
have
it could
any-
be Alloy of Law,
man,
I'm like,
Not that I know
"Oh
of.
yeah,
Hey,
it could be Alloy of Law."
Here's the problem. I live in the moment, so I don't know if I'm going to be there or not.
That's fair. I will say that coming up on the 19th of this month, on Sunday, at a time that we haven't decided yet.
Sunday.
AP Gaming Real.
Rally.
Dr. Wreckage will be GMing a one-shot on this channel for players that we will determine later, but one of those players will be AP, obviously. And we are going to be doing a short one-paragraph system that I wrote up to emulate Die Hard, the original Die Hard.
What?
Some terrorists are going to attack a public place, and the players are going to gum up the works in the exact same way that John McClane did.
Very interesting.
So,
That's on the
please
19th.
tune in the 19th for that at a time that will be definitely mentioned at the end of the next week's episodes because we will have determined it by then.
That should be like a challenge for
I mean,
like.
it's going to be at 8. It's gonna,
That's like make an RPG that's one page.
all of my shows are at 8.
Fuck.
So.
I would like us to start a little sooner. We'll talk about that.
Very well. We shall talk.
And all right, and that's all of my pitch. Please follow me on Twitter.
All right. Let's talk to this guy over here, Tuxtradamus.
Hey.
I nailed that finger point, by the way. I don't
Awesome.
know how to
I
do that.
saw the reach.
I had to be like,
He's
Yeah,
like,
got
wait, which way is like zoom isn't relative to the overlay? Like,
For once in a long time, Valette is actually happy. So there's that.
would you say for the first time in forever, you think you've got a chance?
She does. She's
And I
got
know
an,
it's totally
she's
crazy.
got an inquisitor at her beck and
Think
call.
about
That is power.
romance.
I mean, a pretty damaged inquisitor.
Forever.
She's an inquisitor nonetheless. She might be a little insane right now, but she's mine.
That's what
So
you
there.
got. Like, don't make her do like too many insane things, or she'll go even more crazy.
It's fine. Everything's gonna be completely fine. There's literally no problems.
You know, one too many times that you say throw this guy over a building, she might just
Just use it for Valette. And Valette thinks that's awesome. So there we go. As I said, Valette would eventually find out what happened to Francine. She did. Boom. That was an amazing episode. I'm going to go out on a limb and say one of our best.
Would you say it's the best episode yet?
It is certainly the
Too
latest
late.
episode
The episode
yet.
name is already Attack on Terris. Get fucked.
It is certainly the latest episode. It is certainly the most recent episode. And yeah, it was awesome. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, as always, thank you, Arthur, for running. I'm Tuxtradamus. You can find me on the Twitters and the Twitches at Tuxtradamus. YouTube is weird because I'm not cool enough to have enough people to have my own thing. So if you go through other stuff, you can find that. I'll be not here tomorrow. Well, we're doing we're talking about Winter's Edge, but we're not playing Winter's Edge tomorrow.
Dude, building Twitch followers and Twitter followers are all way easier than YouTube subscriptions.
That's actually very true. Yeah, because you can just be like, "Hey, go here."
So what's this about Winter's Edge?
We are not
Winter's
playing
Edge
tomorrow,
is
but we're just talking about it tomorrow, so that we're not going to be streaming it or anything. It's just letting people know what's going on. Sunday, I still have my game over on Swarler's channel, and yeah, as Wreckage said, we will probably have Star Wars next week, so stay tuned for that. And I'm still getting my own stuff going, trying to get some stuff worked around for that. So keep tuned for that as well if you are interested in that. Once again, on the Twitters at Tuxtradamus. And once again, thank you for everything that everybody does, because you're all super cool.
Yeah.
No, you're super cool.
Well, let's talk to you, SciFri. I'm gonna go ahead and mess with your logo while we're talking. Go ahead. Talk.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm SciFri on the Twitch, SciFri with an underscore on the Twitter. I stream not tabletop RPG games, but soon I'm trying to get into my own tabletop RPG. Maybe some one-shots, maybe a long-form campaign. I'm not sure which I'm doing yet. It all depends on my
You're
schedule.
pulsating.
Yeah, I know, right? But I really love this game on Friday. I don't play enough tabletop RPGs, so if you play tabletop RPGs and are looking for players, hit me up at SciFri on Twitch, SciFri_ on Twitter, all the relevant Discords I'm in. Just, if you be like, hey, want to be in a game? I'll be like, yeah, I'll be in a game. I'll do it.
He says yes.
He's down to clown.
Besides that, I've not been up to much. Been watching a lot of anime. If you want anime recommendations, check out Boku no Hero, which is the hot anime of the series, and really good. It's about Japanese, it's weird because it's like a Japanese media, like manga anime, but it's very much inspired by Western comic books because it's superheroes.
Is that My Hero Academia or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
My Hero
Right.
Academia. It's about.
Good.
I'll put
actually.
my seal of approval on that.
You know
I'll watch
what?
a couple
I'll put
episodes.
here's the pitch for it. So imagine a world like some post-apocalypse event, and everyone gets sort of kind of mutated, but it's like normal life. Everyone's sort of mutated, so they all have these weird sort of powers, which they call quirks. And most of them are really mundane and don't do much, but a few of them give you full-on superpowers. So it's in a universe where superheroes become an actual occupation. And it's about this it follows the story of one kid who doesn't have any superpowers, but he really wants to be the best superhero in the world, and he tries really hard, and it's his story. He goes to Superhero Academy. Watch that anime.
Anything else?
No, hit me up on the Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I have 205 followers, shooting for more. 30 followers on Twitch, shooting for more there. Hit me up. I'm going to be playing some probably retro games in the future because that's what I like.
Cool.
All right, let's talk to Odelise, aka
Hello.
Kelsa.
I'm Kelsa, or KelsaDelphi here on Twitch as well as on YouTube. I play role-playing games online here with Arthur every Friday as Odalys in Mistborn, or as Daisy, if we're doing some crazy Western Mistborn bullshit with the Alloy of Law, which I love. As well as every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, I am now running a Blades in the Dark game with RP Glory.
Ooh.
I also have started streaming Saturdays, where I stream whatever I happen to be playing, which lately has been Overwatch, but might also be a big multiplayer game of Stellaris with some other friends of mine. And so you can join me for that tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m. Pacific, because I get up early and I might as well use that time to stream.
I could not stream just waking up. Like, I stream in the mid-afternoon
That's
because
like an hour after I wake up. I get
Oh, wow.
up, I
you
have
get going quick then.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to work at 5 a.m. most days, so
Oh, you're up anyway.
I mean, if I had the cameras, I would just have cameras in my house and just stream 24 hours a day. I don't
That would be a weird creative stream. Watch my surveillance cameras.
Watch
I
my
mean,
life.
that's how Streamer House works. So
Yeah, but
Isn't that
they
against the,
also-
isn't it against the TOS?
Yeah, but Streamer House does like the
only if you show things that are against the TOS. If people remain closed the whole time and nobody does anything,
Twitch creative. I feel like
I
you
mean-
gotta be doing something.
one day I will get my camera set up. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't have cameras in the
Anyway.
bathroom, okay? Like,
Miniature.
not against
Yeah.
terms of service. I just go in.
So,
Well, here's the
Kelsa.
thing, because like you could change what the stream is
Whoa.
based on the different parts of the day. It could be a gaming stream.
Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-bop. Hey, Kelsa, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Sorry.
I'm done. It's
Okay.
really fine. I was
I
just
think-
saying, I wish I could stream painting miniatures, but my camera situation is just really not supporting it.
It's insufficient for such tiny things.
Talking about creative streams and cameras and things that you do on both of those things. Yeah, I bought a camera. I got a camera for my birthday that was really sweet, but my dad bought it refurbished, and it had a huge dark spot like right in the center of the field of vision. And it was really a very
It's really sad.
so.
I hate when things like that happen.
I know.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Who even knows?
Why do the good die young?
I don't know.
Some would say that only the good.
Also, for anyone who's
Good.
I didn't really get to mention it that much out loud. My cat has been missing for 2 months.
Yeah.
Back.
Kitty
earlier,
cat back.
and she is alive, and she's not in great shape because she's been out
Stuck somewhere.
for a long time. But we're nursing her back to health, and so I'm very happy about that.
Good. Cats are nice. I like cats.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the reason I like cats though is because you have to respect any animal that has the capacity to be an asshole.
That's how I make friends.
Right? Because like people are like, oh, dogs, it's man best friends. I'm like, yeah, but dogs are like constantly loyal because they're like stupid. But like cats no. Cats can be like shitty. And you gotta respect them when they're not.
That SciFri, that does sound very in keeping with your personality, but it sounds more like that you're afraid of cats than that you like them. And
Is Vyse afraid of cats? Find out next week.
it sounds like you're saying, like, yeah, man, people who like dogs are dumb. I like cats. Cats can be assholes. Don't hurt me.
Here's the thing. No, because you know that cats can ruin like everything about your day. So when they don't, it's like, yeah, I have a relationship with this cat.
The thing is,
Same relationship
Like,
you have with
it's
your
like
GM, by the way.
is with Francine, and Francine
Yeah.
really ripped her
It's
apart.
like
Yep.
it is a GM relationship. It's like,
It is a
hey, you let the party
That
win.
walks now.
Cool guy.
Very thin rope.
I have no idea where the show's gonna go now that I mean, I was for sure certain that of course they would try to kill Francine or something, but now everyone's like, yeah, let's
I
take
won
Francine.
with the power of love.
Here's
Yeah.
the
The
thing.
power of love is a curious thing.
Here's
Make
the
one man
thing.
grow,
I am.
and another man sing.
You
we
did
had
exactly-
all
no
of a sudden-
capacity. We had no capacity or knowledge to defeat.
You've done the
physical
thing
damage.
that I've said you need to do, which is to target the weakest stat of the person you're attacking.
Yeah.
And it
We're
worked
learning.
perfectly.
I, for one,
was
am very
amazing.
glad that for the first time in this campaign, we were able to subvert the GM's expectations.
I
Yeah,
mean,
for
what-
once in
what
this game,
few
we actually like
expectations I have. It's true.
Because
well.
well, here's the thing. Because every other plan we've tried, AP's like, I know what they're going to do in this situation. Our plot.
Yeah, for the first time, we had something thrown at us that was just like out of left field, and we were like, we were like the guy out and usually we're like, we're not paying attention. The ball just like lands in the ground and we miss it. But now we were watching. And it's like,
Yeah,
holy
we
crap,
saw that pop.
the ball's coming right for us. What should I do? I put up my glove and I'm gonna catch that shit. Oh man, I got you out. I'm gonna throw it. Oh, I got that guy out too. What? We're up a bat. Okay.
Hold on, calm down for a second. You realize you just made a legitimate